So, if we are powerful creators of reality, and we are, what is depression? This one is for all of my powerful creators of reality who are feeling depressed, who have been stuck in a depressing thinking, feeling cycle and are now existing in a reality that feels depressing. In this video, I'm also going to take you through a very simple process to disengage the beliefs that have been created by this thinking, feeling cycle and creating this illusion around you, this depressing illusion. But first, I'm going to talk about depression itself and how we can get stuck in these loops so that when you find the doorway and exit that energetic illusion, you know how you did it and you can do it again. And you remember how easy it is to step back into all of that joy, excitement, confidence, love, creativity that is constantly flowing to you at all times. But you simply cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of to the whiteboard. So here you are, a powerful creator of reality. And as we know, you are building a reality around yourself so that you can experience yourself as a physical reality. So reality is flowing from within you and building a world around you that you perceive as your reality, your physical reality. And this powerful creator of reality is somehow experiencing depression. So this has become the body of depression. And because reality flows from within this powerful creator of reality, they now exist within the reality of depression. So they are now perceiving and receiving and creating a mind, body, and reality of depression. So even though all of the excitement, all of the joy, all of the love, all of the good feelings, all of the good vibes, all of the great ideas, all of the visionary, all of the creativity, everything is flowing all around them, they cannot access it because they cannot perceive, they cannot receive, they are not creating what they are not the vibration of. Okay, so let's deconstruct what's happening here. So what we know is that this powerful creator of reality has two minds. They have their physical mind, and they also have their higher mind. This higher, broader, non-physical, creative perspective mind. Now, the physical mind has all of the stored memories and experiences that throughout this being's life, they have been growing neurological networks that is almost like a storage unit with all of that holds all of the information that we think we are. And this being also has a higher mind, which is more like a Wi-Fi signal. This is the connection to consciousness. This is a broader perspective flowing to us, which is our intuitive mind, our creative mind, our connection to infinite intelligence. This is the part of the mind that will deliver all of the answers. This is where the visionaries get their visions. This is the part of the mind that makes us a creator. This is what we create through. This is where we receive things beyond the limitations of our physical mind. And our higher mind is constantly guiding us through life and helping us create greater and greater realities from greater and greater versions of ourselves. But we human beings, and this is where it starts to get very interesting, but we human beings are frequency beings. And we have different brain waves. So I want you to imagine that the physical brain is like a radio. And this radio has different frequencies that the human being tunes into to receive different signals. And we have names for those frequencies. And the frequency that we are going to focus on, the brain wave we are going to focus on for the sake of this video, is beta brainwave. This particular frequency, this particular brainwave is associated with our fight or flight response. This is the brainwave that we enter when we feel stressed. when we feel anxious. This is the brainwave that was specifically designed for us in survival situations. So if we needed to run from a predator, any situation where we need to tune ourselves into our environment, our body, and time in order to survive, this is the brainwave that was designed to help us survive these survival situations. The interesting thing about this brainwave is that when we are in this beta brainwave, because this brainwave was specifically designed to help us survive physical reality, when we are locked into this brainwave, we are actually tuning out of the frequency of our higher mind. We are tuning out of our creativity, because when we are trying to survive in our reality, our creativity, our connection to our higher mind isn't important. What is important is us surviving that moment. And so this beta brainwave is the brainwave that is for our survival, that is to lock us in to our physical reality so that we can survive it. So now that this person is in this beta brainwave, they are no longer tuned into the frequency of love, oneness, joy, creativity, where all of the answers can come to them, where they feel connected, where they feel artistic, where they feel free, where they trust, where they just know. They are now completely tuned out of all of that stuff, and they now are locked into physical reality because this brainwave is specifically designed to do that. And that is how, as human beings in this modern world, this is how this brainwave can be used against us. Because when we are scared, when we are in fear, when we are in stress, we cannot access the creative part of ourselves. And so if somebody wants to control somebody, if somebody wants to have power over somebody, if you get them in this brainwave, you can do that a lot easier, because this person now believes that they are trying to survive physical reality. They no longer believe that they are part of all that is, that they have access to infinite intelligence, that they have access to creativity, that they can do anything. They now feel powerless as they are existing simply within this physical realm. And this is why a lot of people are depressed in the modern world, because we are consistently existing only in this brainwave. We are existing in beta brainwaves. And this is why you see these visionaries in our realities, and you wonder how are they creating these amazing lives? How are they receiving these amazing ideas? Well, the truth is that you also have access to all of these amazing ideas and these visionary ideas, and you can also create this amazing life, and you also have access to infinite intelligence. But you have been tuned, you have been trained to live within the constructs of this brainwave, where you cannot perceive that as a potential for you, because you're conditioned to live in stress, live in fear, and tune yourself out of your creativity. And so, how does a powerful creator of reality get depressed? Well, if a powerful creator of reality enters a fearful, limiting thinking, feeling cycle that they consistently think and they consistently believe, and therefore they begin to build these limiting beliefs and limiting definitions about themselves, and therefore they begin to live in a negatively defined reality from all of these negative definitions they've created about reality. They are going to build around them a reality from all of these definitions and all of these beliefs caused by all of these thinking and feeling cycles that they've been stuck in, overthinking. And what is the brainwave that all of this is going to lock them into? They're going to start to feel quite stressed out, because when they're in these thinking, feeling cycles, when this greater knowing part of them is trying to send them signals to take a look at all of these definitions, every time they get sent one of these messages from their higher mind, that feels like a negative emotion. Because I want you to imagine that your higher mind is trying to imagine your higher mind sees you building these belief systems, these negative limiting belief systems, and they can only communicate with you through your emotions. So what emotions are they going to send? Are they going to send happiness, joy, and love, so you continue to build these negative definitions and belief systems that are going to trap you in this negative reality? Or are they going to send you these alerts like anxiety, like panic attack, like all of these different emotions to alert you that this is what you're doing, so that you take a look at what you're building inside of yourself and therefore building outside of yourself? But this powerful creator of reality, and this is the catch, this powerful creator of reality has been building all of these negative definitions, and now they are receiving the messages from the higher mind in a negative way. They aren't knowing that they're from love, knowing that the higher mind is just trying to get their attention, to get them to stop building this negativity. And slowly and surely, they begin to exist in a reality. They stop believing that they have a higher mind. They feel disconnected from all that is. And now they are completely physical reality focused. Now, I want you to imagine a time in your life when you felt creative, when you feel like you're just in the flow. Things are just flowing to you. You feel like a visionary. You feel like a creator. You feel like you can do anything. You feel excited about life. All of that is still flowing to you. You have just tuned yourself out of it and forgotten about it. But as easy as you tuned yourself out of it, you can tune yourself back into it and take all of this away. This is all just being created by you, and you can become that creative, excited being once again. Now, I'm going to take you through a process. And because you are a Depressosaurus Rex, I've done your homework for you, and I have collected together the core beliefs that you have installed inside of yourself that is creating all of this. Because as we now know, you only believe beliefs for as long as you're believing them. The moment you recognize you are believing a limited negative belief, you stop believing it. So a belief can only be believed by you for as long as it's convincing you of its truth. So I am going to go through the 5 core limiting beliefs that are keeping you in this cycle, so that you can practice some self-observation and you can identify which ones you're believing. And when you identify which out of these core main beliefs you are believing, you can begin to install the positive version of those beliefs, and you can take your power back. And literally, you will see how much of an illusion all of this was. You will see that literally depression is just a point of consciousness. I know some people might think depression is caused by a chemical imbalance in the body. Well, guess what causes chemicals in the body? Thoughts create chemicals in the body. So these thinking, feeling cycles, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with using antidepressants to give your body that chemical boost that your thoughts have been depriving it of. If that helps you, the key is to get out of the depression. So if that helps you, do it. But just know that that was created by the thinking, feeling cycle, because that empowers you to understand that you are a machine. And when you know how the machine works, You can work the machine instead of the machine working you. Okay, so I'm going to go through the 5 main core beliefs, and I want you to observe yourself as I go through these core beliefs and recognize which ones you have a reaction to, you feel like you're believing, and just acknowledge the fact that you are believing those beliefs. Now, this is going to feel a lot like a meditation, and that's because it kind of is, but just close your eyes. Now, I want you to take a deep breath in. And exhale. And breathe in. And breathe out. And just remember, just for this time being, that you are a powerful creator of reality and that you are creating all of this and that you do have the power to change. You have the power to change anything you want whenever you want. Now, I want you to observe yourself as you listen to me saying the following statement. I'm going to say each core belief 3 times to give your body and mind the chance to really experience it so that you can observe how you feel as you listen to these statements. You are not deserving. You are not deserving. You are not deserving. Just observe how you feel. Observe the body. Recognize if there was any truth in that for you. And just breathe. Now I'm going to say the following statement, and I want you to do the same thing. You are not worthy. You are not worthy. You are not worthy. And just breathe. Just breathe. And observe. And listen to the way that it makes you feel. And I want you to do the same thing with the statement that I'm about to say. Just watch yourself. You are not capable. You are not capable. You are not capable. And breathe. And just watch yourself as you hear these statements. Watch how they make you feel, how much you believe them or not. And we're going to do the same with the following statement. You are not loved. You are not loved. You are not loved. And breathe. Recognizing if there was any truth in that for you. Is this something that you have been believing about yourself? Just watch. Just observe. And with the final belief, I want you to just listen and observe the way you feel as I say the final statement. You do not belong. You do not belong. You do not belong. And breathe. And let go. And the powerful thing about acknowledging what you're believing is you really do set yourself free. Beliefs are designed to trick you into believing them. And it's okay, it's okay. It's okay to believe things. It's okay to get stuck in these thinking, feeling cycles. It doesn't make you a bad person. Quite often it makes you a good person because you just want to work things out. You want to be better, and it's okay. I also want to explain something else that was happening just then as we spent, I don't know, a few minutes with our eyes closed together. Here is the mind, body, and reality of depression. Here is the world that this person who is depressed is building around themselves. And what we actually did, if you did manage to close your eyes and just focus on something other than this world you're building around yourself, what we did is we just sent a little spark out into your reality. Every time you take your mind off all of this, every time you step outside of these beliefs, is almost like poking a hole in this reality where this can get in. And the more you do it, the more you step outside of this illusion, the more holes you can poke in your reality. And then after a while, the light will just flood in. The light will just begin to flood in and overflow. And then all of these, you'll remember that all of these were just beliefs. It was all just energy that was being created by you. And you really do have the power to create any reality you want. You are a frequency being, and you can tune yourself in and out of frequencies whenever you want. Let me know in the comments if you discovered any core beliefs. Let me know which core beliefs you recognized in yourself, and also let me know any questions that you have. I hope this was helpful for you, and lots of love.